Okay, here you are. Another That's Fudging Broncos podcast. Today's tone will match how I feel after they lost to the Buccaneers. But thanks for joining Will Keys and I. Today's episode presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't let my tone fool you and think that is anger towards DraftKings, even though I might never bet on the fucking Broncos again to win anything. Overreaction? Maybe just a little bit, but right now at DraftKings, with the promo code DNVR, when you sign up, you can turn $1 into $100. That might be the only thing that makes you feel good about a Broncos loss. Bet on the other team to win. Well, maybe not this week. They're playing the Jets. Broncos might get a win on that one, and then you might lose an opportunity to win $100. So whatever it is, just don't take my advice. But again, promo code DNVR with DraftKings. Download the app now to check that stuff out as we head into week 4. Oh man, Will, we've done a live stream already. We vented a little bit about the Broncos. I don't want to get into the specifics of everything that went wrong in today's game because I'm trying to I just keep trying to remind myself that as bad as the Broncos played, they're playing without so many key people that it's not even fair to try to evaluate this team. It's just we just got to ride this bullshit wave. Just literally a wave of bullshit. We just have to ride that until we get Drew Lock back. There it is. There's the bullshit. I couldn't hear it.
Right on cue. Yeah, I mean, I saw something on Twitter where someone said, or they asked, I guess, is it time to start cleaning house from the top down? And I feel like a week ago, the whole point of the game was not that we lost so much as we lost our starting quarterback and our best wide receiver, and a starting defensive lineman, and you throw all that onto losing Von Miller, Jawan James opting out, I guess cutting Todd Davis, although it's kind of a choice. AJ Boye too. The point is that pretty much everyone that's good on this team has been injured, except for a few guys. And, that's what happens. When you lose a lot of key players, you're also going to lose a lot of games.
Yeah. Also, when you lose a lot of key players and you haven't established who you are as a football team, really.
Right. Totally. And you don't have the preseason to mesh with a very, very much revamped roster and coaching staff. That's going to spell trouble. But, yeah, very hard game to sit through, but ultimately have to keep the fact of the matter in perspective, and that's that, this team has gotten decimated by injuries on par with no one else really in the NFL other than maybe the 49ers.
Yeah, and that's an example of another football team that already knows who they are. They won today, without a lot of key players, but they have a backup quarterback in Nick Mullins who's started in that system, has had success in that system, and, has been there. He's been in San Francisco 3 or 4 years now. So,
yeah.
I don't think you can speak to how valuable those sort of things are to trying to win through really tough spots. And a lot of good teams face these kinds of, well, not to this degree, but they'll face injury challenges throughout a season. They make things work. You think about the Eagles and what they did with Nick Foles, but it's just such a different situation. And it's the one guy you want in every part of the game is gone. So Drew Lock, that's the easy one. But Von Miller, he's the one guy you want in that linebacking sort of group. we didn't even mention Draymond Jones not playing. That wasn't going to be my example, but he's another piece on that D-line you'd like to have. Then you have in the secondary, like AJ Boye was looking like he was going to be your best corner. He's gone. Your wide receivers, the one guy you do not want to lose is Cortland Sutton, because Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, rookies, going to take a while for them to sort of, I don't know, find their NFL identities. And it's not even, I guess my point is, it's not just that they're like all the best players. It's like they're the best players in their respective groups, and you lose so much by not having them there in that whole group. So, yeah, it's just another long-winded way of saying the injuries are killing us, and it is making Broncos football hard to watch. And during a season where we thought we would just be thankful to have football again, I'm already, as a football fan, just like, I'm over it. I'm over.
Yeah, it's one of those games where, there's a couple kinds of losses, and week 1 was one of those just heartbreaking, back-breaking kind of losses. Last week was kind of an encouraging loss in the way that they battled back, and this week was one of those losses where you really just check out early.
Yeah, demoralizing.
The Sam Martin's punt gets blocked. Tom Brady goes 10 yards for a touchdown. They fall down 17-3 or 24-3 at one point, and you're just unable to invest emotionally into the ups and downs of a game, which is a good thing because your mind is protecting you from just complete frustration and throwing your TV through the window,
right,
and all that kind of stuff. But it's fun. It's better to lose close because you feel something. And today I didn't. Yeah.
With your head up.
Yes, you can walk away with your head up to some extent, and you feel like you experience something. Where like I felt like this is a game kind of like 2017, 2018, where you just sleptwalk through it, kind of.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, my team's on.
You just want to forget it.
Put them on in the background. Yeah, you do want to forget it. And, they have good – there's a reason they lost this game. Like we said, everyone's out. And I'll throw in, too, that kind of a big injury that doesn't get mentioned with those is Bradley Chubb, because he's clearly not playing at 100%. And he did get his first sack today, so that was encouraging. But he doesn't look like he has that same sort of bend on the outside that he did before he got hurt, and it might take him a while to get back. But other than that, the big story coming out of this week, I think, is they have 4 days now to figure out who's going to start on Thursday night against the Jets.
Yeah.
And they have a murderer's row of options at quarterback, starting with Jeff Driskel, who started this game and was abused, to put it kindly. Then Brett Rippon, who stepped in, completed his first 57 passes for 58 yards, and then threw an interception to end the drive. And the one and only Blake Bortles, who they signed just last week, and I'm assuming just cracked the playbook open right about now.
Oh shit, guys!
There's an outside chance he could start, and is cramming everything ahead of Thursday. Well, I don't know. Let me ask you: who should start on Thursday, and who do you think will start?
Good question. They say the best 2 days in a boat owner's life are the day he buys a boat and the day he sells a boat, right?
Yes.
Something like that. Some dumb old man saying, which I can say now as a –
Is that from The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway?
Yeah, that's exactly where it came from.
Or is it from Jaws? I don't know.
One of the two boat movies / I
think it was an adaptation.
Okay. I think Brett Rippon should start. I think Pat Shurmur has shown that he was not going to do anything to help Jeff Driskel with the game plan. Uh, it's like I want to say what I thought when the Broncos signed Shermer is that he's not very good. But I'm trying to be patient because he's not coaching the guy they brought him in to coach. But he doesn't seem in theme with which we've touched on before. He doesn't seem like one willing to adapt easily to changing circumstances.
That's what I was gonna say.
So that's him. That's Fangio. That was Kubiak. That was Vance. Like, it's just the same fucking story. I think they will start Driskel. Oh man,
That's my worst case scenario, I think.
like I don't mind them throwing Bortles in there just to see what happens at this point. Bortles or Rippin is far more interesting for me because it seems like we know what you're going to get with Jeff Driskel, which is a ton of sacks, good throw here and there. He was bad. A lot of sacks are his fault. Some sacks are the line's fault. And it's just that great combo of neither side's really helping each other out. So I don't know. And the Bucs were even able to get interior pressure a few times. Like Lloyd Cushenberry's trying to, figure out how to be a center in the NFL.
He's been struggling.
I saw somebody tweet. It was Chad Jensen was like, hope Elway is happy about that $300,000 he saved by letting Casey Kreider walk.
Yeah.
Because that punt was like a bad snap, right? That's the botched punt was a bad snap. Well,
it was I don't know if it was as bad of a snap, but
oh no, he missed the block.
The guy who got bull rushed up the middle.
He got beat right up the middle. That's right. So I thought that was pretty on point. But yeah, I hope Brett Rippin plays because in what little action in prevent defense looked like he might be able to help the Broncos beat a team like the Jets.
Oh, I think that's possible. I mean, at the very least, he looked like he was a much quicker decision maker than Driskel.
Yeah.
Which, if you're going to play behind that Broncos offensive line, you have to be, essentially Peyton Manning.
That's a good observation.
To make anything happen.
He was getting rid of the ball quickly.
He got rid of the ball. He recognized when to check the ball down, which I don't think Driskel did particularly well. And then when he did check the ball down, he threw the ball behind the receiver a few times and to the wrong shoulder and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's good to have a couple options open. I would go with Rippin, I think, too. And then if he really struggles, then you move to Bortles. Because when you think about it, the absolute latest, or the earliest, I should say, that Locke is going to be back would be after the Jets game.
Yeah.
I can't remember who they play after that, but that's why they didn't put him on IR, because there's a chance that he could be back for the game the Sunday after.
After the Jets, that's the Patriots.
Well, maybe let's just keep him until after.
Yeah, then the Dolphins. So I would wait.
The Dolphins feels like a soft landing spot for Drew Lock.
Yeah, because
AC is ready.
Right now, the strength of the Patriots is their defense. So maybe not the game you want to come back.
No, on the road, yeah, that's kind of a tough one. I think that, who's got experience playing up in Foxborough? Blake goddamn Bortles, that's who.
BB Bortles.
And he's ready to take his revenge. So I say Rippin until he struggles.
But in Blake.
I feel like it's inevitable at this point. And then Bortles as the next option on the quarterback carousel. Fuck. I mean, we talked about it on the live stream, but next time we're on Monday Night Football, that QB carousel could have an additional 3 names on it.
Yeah, the QB carousel could just be the entire halftime break.
Yeah. It just keeps running and running and running.
It's don't forget, Blake Bortles can make plays with his legs. Remember,
You can.
When they almost beat the Patriots, he rushed for, I felt like, a ton of yards that game. So just give us a quarterback that runs. Let him run. Let Blake run. Why did they bring in Jeff Driskel? I don't know why they went after him.
Yeah, it feels like if you're going to go and get Blake Bortles, why is he not a better option already than Driskel?
Yeah, why wasn't that your move during the offseason?
Yeah, and I mean, we're kind of neglecting that Driskel, like we were all praising Driskel a week ago, and now like we've turned on him so quickly.
Now we hate him, and he is dead to
Yeah,
us.
that's kind of – I mean, that feels like it's always been the case for football fans, but it feels worse this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I started writing about it in the week 3 recap, but it's getting to me like how every team with a losing record now is calculating the chances of getting Trevor Lawrence.
It's that instant gratification. If you don't get it, you need to find a new fix for it immediately.
Right. And so it's not going to happen. First of all, it's going to be the Jets. So don't worry about it if you're not the New York Jets. Second of all, it's week 3, and there's 13 games left to play. And
a lot of football.
You can be 0-5 and still get back into it. Weren't the Chiefs 0-5 back in 2015? And they won a playoff game that year?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Something crazy like that. I think the Texans were 0-3 a couple years ago. They made the playoffs. By no means is your season over. Your chances go way down, but to give up that quickly is just I don't know. I don't like to see it out of Broncos fans either, but that's kind of what we've come to.
I don't like to see them giving up on Drew Lock, who 3 weeks ago was the future of Broncos football forever.
Yeah, exactly. Like we were talking about him, he's like the hope of that Drew Lock gave us last season is what carried us through the cold 2020 winter.
A dark, cold
winter. By winter, I mean summer.
Yeah, and all right, here's the Jets schedule. This is probably why they will lose. They could lose all their games. So they get the Broncos Thursday night.
Yeah.
This is their most winnable game, especially considering the Broncos have to travel to MetLife Stadium, the real injury.
Right, short week.
Plague. Yeah, so this is definitely the Jets' best chance to win a game. Then they got the Cardinals, Chargers, Bills, Chiefs, Patriots, Dolphins, back-to-back weeks. They could get one of those.
They play the Dolphins in back-to-back weeks?
Yeah. Well,
I've never seen that.
15. The Jets must have their bye week, and then they play the Dolphins after their bye week.
It's still really weird.
Yeah. Raiders. Yeah, Raiders, Seahawks, Rams, Browns, Patriots. You look at all those games and you go, yeah, Jets are the dogs. They don't even get to play the Giants to try to help them out. So, that is – hey, if you're going to bet on a team to lose all of their games this season, why don't you do it with DraftKings, the #1 rated sportsbook American app for sports betting? Yeah, that's what I would say is maybe a nice long shot safe bet. Again, you got to use promo code DNVR when you sign up at DraftKings. DraftKings is giving all new users a chance to turn $1 into $100 when they bet on any team. That's right. You can place a $1 bet on any team, and if that team wins, you cash $100. And then what you do when you cash that $100 is up to you. DraftKings isn't going to tell you how to spend your money. Like, you could go spend it on South Park cutouts for the Broncos stands if you want. Or you can just rebet that money and try to quadruple it with the craziest odds you find on DraftKings Sportsbook. We're heading into week 4, so there's going to be a bunch of new things you can bet on. But if you don't want to bet on football, why don't you check out basketball? Oh, you're sad because the Nuggets are out now? Bad week for sports for Colorado fans. But for basketball fans, DraftKings is giving you 200% profit boost on any basketball market once you sign up. So again, DraftKings safe, reliable, secure, making it easy for you to deposit and withdraw your money, which is a big thing. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now with promo code DNVR. When you sign up, you get to bet on one team with $1 to win $100 if that team wins. Again, 1 to 100, baby. Promo code DNVR for a limited time. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Profit boost terms and conditions and eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Boom. Nailed it, Will. Freaking nailed that.
That was one of the best reads I think I've ever heard.
Yeah. It's almost like I get paid to do that.
They pay you?
They should. Do they? I don't know how ads work. What's an ad? What's a read? What's a podcast?
I don't know how to read. Sadly. All right, I've asked you this.
Every time?
This is going to be annoying, but I've asked you this the last 2 weeks.
No.
What positives can you take away?
Date your sister, Will. What? Sorry.
God damn it! Why not? No. What are the positives?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I just wanted to make a really bad joke. Okay, positives. Well, Jerry Jeudy quietly had 5 catches in this game, and I will say he's playing through an injury. So, they could have kept him out. He wanted to be on the field, showed up, he played. One positive. Michael, OJ, Moutier played better. He played better. So after terrible week last week, not perfect, but also not a giant liability. So that was, I think, a positive. Because I think there are some parts of his game that should get you excited, but he made a lot of mental errors, and it will be nice to see him improve on those, and maybe he turns into be a really solid corner. We saw Isang Bassi not touch I forget who caught the ball, but didn't touch the guy down. And,
yeah, it was Chris Godwin.
Okay, it was Godwin who left the game with an injury. Luckily, Godwin, didn't really do anything afterwards, but another big mental error right there.
I feel like that's the second time that's happened to this team.
Yeah, definitely happened before to the Broncos. I'm trying to remember when.
It might have been OJ Moutier.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so silly, too, because the announcers are like, in college, when the receiver catches the ball and goes to the ground, he's down.
Also, that's such a dumb rule, just talking about the college rule.
It is a dumb rule. And it's even –
like you dive and catch a ball and there's nowhere near you. You're just down.
Yeah, stupid. It's also dumb if you're in the NFL and you don't know that's a rule.
Yeah. I feel like if I was in college, I would still just touch everyone down, just to prepare.
Yeah, might as well.
The NFL.
Take those mental and muscle memory reps.
If nothing else, it shows scouts that you have a lot of confidence and you know that one day you'll be drafted.
Right. What's your positive?
Man. I'm going to go with Shelby Harris. He looked really good.
Oh, yeah. He had a game.
He had a couple of sacks, and I think he batted a pass down.
Definitely batted
he's quietly been he's not going to make you forget about Von Miller or anything. But, dude, he's got a 1-year prove-it deal. And
how stupid was that?
He's proving it.
He proved it last year.
Yeah, I know, but he's proving it again.
Yeah, and he's probably going to get paid to play somewhere else.
Brandon, this is the NFL. You have to prove it every single day.
Yeah, him and Shaq Barrett both having to prove it again.
Yeah.
Even
Shaq Barrett also proved it.
His new house where he's so happy to fuck up the Broncos, they still didn't pay his ass. Well, I mean, he's making a good chunk of money this year.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch him have a game too. Like he was just unstoppable.
It's tough, especially we know why they let him walk, and I don't think either of us disagree with it. But
I mean, I did at the time until I learned a little bit more about him wanting to go somewhere where he could start.
Yeah.
And I still think
I think everyone was just happy for him last year.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was I didn't know he was taking it so personally against the Broncos, but I guess athletes are like that and they take everything personally.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, oh man, I don't know if I'd rub it in my old team's face because.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the team that took a chance on him and developed him and hung on to him for a long time.
Yeah. But I don't say that for like moral reasons. I say that because anytime I get cocky, it's like instantly followed by me fucking something up. So I feel like in a game, like if I made a good play, then I did something to show the old guys what they're missing, the next play I would be burnt and I would give up like the worst play.
Yeah. I mean, basically what happened to DK Metcalf today, except it was all in one play.
Yep. Exactly.
Man, that was truly on let fashion. It's better than getting close to the goal line and like tossing the ball before you cross. It's man, and the Cowboys did it.
Yeah.
It happened to the Cowboys originally.
Yep.
Now they get their Leon Lett revenge.
Who are the Cowboys playing when that happened?
The Bills.
Oh yeah.
It was I was gonna say Steve Tasker, but it was Don Beebe.
Don Beebe chased him down.
Yeah.
What was the Bills Dolphins game when?
Oh yeah.
Was it the kick that got blocked?
Yeah. So the Dolphins, I think they were kicking either to tie it or to win the game. It was weird because it was a snow game in Dallas, so I guess they left the roof open. I don't know. And someone blocked it. Yeah, someone blocked it, and it was still in play, and everyone was just, like, avoiding it because at that point, if the kicking team touches it, it's a live ball, and everyone's avoiding it, and Leon Lett just comes sliding in.
Yeah.
And not only just, like, he doesn't even recover the ball. Like, he just sends it flying into the end zone.
Slippery, wet ball. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then the Dolphins recover it in the end zone or something? Is that what happened?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that's like a super confusing rule. But if you see everyone else, like, going nowhere near it, then maybe you should also follow in suit. But then again, that's what the Falcons did last week, and that didn't work out either.
Yeah.
So who knows, man?
All cowboy ties, right? It's like if you see your teammates not doing it, you're not the one player on the team who's smarter than everybody else.
Yeah.
So just let it be. I remember watching that. I think I watched that game live when I was a kid. But I'm glad your memory, when you weren't even born of a game, is better than mine as somebody who lived it.
I don't know how to explain that one, to be fair.
Your brain is a mystery to me sometimes.
It's a steel trap.
It really is.
Mm-hmm. All right, early prediction for next week. What are your thoughts?
I mean, this week. It is this week, Thursday night.
That's true.
I think it's going to be an ugly game, but I think the Broncos will win because I think the Jets are that bad. I'm just trying to like figure out, do I think they'll look good winning, or is it going to be close and we'll just walk away with the win and feel decent about ourselves for 10 days till they got to play a real team again? I don't know.
I think we get the win, which would be funny because we'd be 1-3, and last week at that juncture we were 0-4, and that would be technically
last year. Yeah. Last year we'd be a game better with Duloc ready to come back soon and save the season.
I mean, that's how quickly the narrative would change if we beat the worst team in the NFL on Thursday. It would go right now because it's at Trevor Lawrence levels to
Right.
Oh, we're 1-3 and Drew Lock's coming back. We got an outside shot of the playoffs.
Yeah. Do you think Trevor Lawrence is that good?
Oh man, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
I've watched him play. I've seen him play really well, and then I've seen him play like all right. Like I've seen him have to make too many plays with his legs to like stay in games, and I just don't know if like his speed is that elusive for the NFL, but I don't know.
No, he's kind of like he's mobile like Justin Herbert, where he's not quick, but he can, if he's got some space, he can run for first downs. I mean, you saw in the national championship last year the difference between him and Burrow.
Right. And
Burrow was just so much quicker in terms of decision making and just making all the right reads, and he was mechanically sound. But Lawrence has done it longer. He won the national championship as a freshman,
right?
Like very easily, and he was like one of the best looking high school prospects coming out. So he's definitely a high pedigree guy. He is tall, so that that's a check mark in my book.
That's got Elway thinking.
He's a weird looking guy, which troubles me a little bit. He's got that long hair and a very angular face. I'm not sure what to make of it.
Very elongated.
I think he should probably cut his hair and think about growing a beard.
Ooh, a beard would help.
A beard would help. Just grow a beard.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you cut the hair.
Need to fix your face? Grow a fucking beard.
But yeah, he makes some really incredible throws.
Okay. Like, yeah, I know he's good. It's just like one of those things where, like, is he transformative? Is he going to fix your fucked up franchise? Like, if he goes to the Jets, they already got that. Yeah. They already got that guy.
Well, here's the thing: is he would be wise too because he's a junior, and if the Jets get the number 1 overall pick, and
he could play again.
Yeah, you're like, this isn't the situation I want to be in. You could just say, I'm going back to Clemson for my senior year. What's the score of that game, by the way?
Packers up 30-27.
Okay.
This is a good game.
I'm watching it through your projector.
Through the corner of my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, now we've got cats dressed as Old West cowboys. Yeah, diggity-doo.
Fun.
Oh, man. Well, we did it. We got through another Broncos game.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of stopped talking about the Broncos, but then again,
everybody watched that shit. They don't need us to rehash all the fucked up parts of that game.
Exactly.
Just needed to vent and feel better about life. Like I went downstairs and I looked at my baby daughter. I'm like, okay, everything is all right.
Do you feel better?
She's breathing kind of like nasally. I tried to suck some boogers out of her nose, but I didn't succeed.
With your mouth?
Huh?
With your mouth, you tried to suck them out? Like manually?
Mm-hmm.
There's
like a little thing you use.
Ah.
You push the button.
The booger extractor.
Yeah. Booger distractor. Ever since I became a dad, though, the Broncos have not won a football game.
0-3.
0-3.
Yikes.
Well, I think
you have to have another child is what that means.
Oh, so much work.
Are you talking about like the actual act of conceiving a child?
The whole process.
It's too much work?
Whole process. Let me tell you this. You have a kid, you're going to think about the consequences of intercourse after that. Some serious consequences can happen from intercourse. And they are.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have intercourse and they can never call you again. That's a consequence.
Yeah.
That's the most common consequence in my experience, but
yeah, I dealt with that plenty of time in my day. Hey, that was great. You want to hang out again? Oh, okay. Guess that did not go as well.
Oh
as
yeah.
it did.
Were you returning voicemails back in your day?
Oh yeah, oh man.
Did you ever pull a John Favreau in Swingers?
No. Probably like a one-off that was not good, but
Yeah.
never multiple calls like that.
Cut your
Such a
losses
good
after
scene.
one.
When I had my first real breakup from my first relationship was the first time I watched Swingers. And that movie just spoke to me so hard. I was like, oh my God. I think I watched it and then I just started the movie over and watched it again. And then I was like, I will be a filmmaker one day. I will.
And you are.
Yeah.
And technically
Basically snuff films.
Ron Livingston is the smartest man to ever walk on this earth.
Oh, Ron Livingston. All right.
Oh.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. We'll be back probably, Wednesday? Preview Jets, Broncos. I fucking hate Thursday games. Such a tight week. Really screws up my schedule.